So good morning, dear Sangha, dear children. Today is Sunday, the 3rd of July. It is the third day of the summer opening 2016. And we are in the Dharma Nectar Temple, also known as Lower Hamlet. And with respect to Thai and the ancestors, good morning, dear friends. Good morning, children. I would like to invite the children, the ones who do not need earphones, to come and sit around me here. English speakers, would you like to come and sit around me here? Wonderful. Great. Good. Come along. You're there too. You can sit here too. You can sit here too. Yeah? Okay. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Yes, bigger and smaller children. All right, dear children, maybe we will have one more sound of the bell, so we can all come back to ourselves and sit very beautifully. Now, is everybody here? Yes. We started this morning with a chant. And you remember the brother, he said, we were chanting the name of Avalokiteshvara. And Avalokita, as we call her, is a person who does everything with her whole heart. Everything. She, can also be he, listens with her whole heart and looks with her whole heart and acts with her whole heart. Yeah? I have a red pen. I need one child who can draw a heart for me on the board. Oh, here, one. That's quick. On the board there. We will do some more drawing so others can come too. A heart? Oh, I see. Perfect. Very good. Very good. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Very good.
Did you mean the heart in the body? No.
Good question.
What's that one?
Yes. Did I mean the heart in the body? Yes, and I also mean the heart in our mind. Okay? Yes, you want to draw the heart in the mind around the heart in the body? Yeah? Okay. Like that we have everything. Yes, look at that. Ah, perfect. Now we have both hearts. Thank you so much, both of you. That's great.
A heart in a heart.
And heart in a heart. Eh? Isn't that beautiful?
A heart with a heart.
A heart with a heart. Eh? So, Avalokita looks with the eyes of compassion. She can look at somebody, or he, and see whether that person is sad, or happy, or fearful, anxious, or worries. Yeah? Do you think that's possible? Have you ever looked at somebody or at an animal and have you seen that the animal or the person suffered? Yes? Huh? You have, huh? Avalokita looks like that all the time, at everything. Every single thing there is. Yeah? Now, we're going to look at the eye of Avalokita. So, I just said Avalokita looks with her whole heart. And that means if you look at Avalokita's eye, you see what with us, is round, actually is the form of a heart. Yeah. So I need somebody else, maybe on this side. Can somebody, you already made a beautiful drawing, this little boy. Can you go to the whiteboard and draw an eye around the heart? Do you know how to do this? Then it's something like this. You see? Okay? You go and draw an eye around the heart. Maybe the children? Huh? Yeah, it's a big heart, so it needs a big eye. Huh? Perfect. Yes. And can you draw some eyelashes also? Perfectionist. Yeah. Would you like to draw some eyelashes? Eyelashes? A few? Just a few to really make sure that we can see it's an eye? Yes? Good. That's right. That's right. Okay. Now, so Avalokita looks with the eyes of love at everything. And what do you do when you look with your eye of love at somebody who suffers? Let's say, how about a pet? You have a pet at home?
No.
You have? What would you do when you see your pet is sad? What do you do?
Like, if it's a dog, you could pet it.
Okay. You like
If it's a dog, you could pet it.
Yes? If it's a dog, you could pet it. What would you do if your friend looks sad? What would you do if a friend looks sad?
Help.
Huh?
We help him.
You help him. That's great. You all know. You're all. I think you're all like Bodhisattva Avalokita, right? Reading my notes. I love it. Okay. So we do something. We do something to make our friend or animal or maybe our mother or father. Yes?
We ask him what happened to him to try to help him.
Yes. Very good. We ask what has happened in order to try and help him. And then we do something. And because we do something, very often we use our body. So we need to draw a hand around the heart and the eye. Yeah? Yeah. Good. Very good. Yes. Thank you. That's great. Now, dear children, listen. This is very important. Listen, this is very important. You know, you can recognize Avalokita, that is the bodhisattva who wants to help relieve the suffering. That's what we chanted this morning. Because in her hand there is an eye. And you know there is a lot of suffering in the world, and Avalokita needs a lot of help. Yeah? And in each one of us, there is a little Avalokita. And she asks us to help. Let's have a look. You have already had a... Can I have a look at your hand? I want to see. Is Avalokita present in you? Let me just have a look here. I need the blue one. I see, yes, I see an eye here. Do you see this too? And a heart. Correct? That's Avalokita. Yes. Can you come over here? One girl. Oh, look here. This is a beautiful eye. Can you see this? Oh, I need the blue one. Sorry, children. This is the eye. And in there is the heart. Beautiful. Un enfant français? T'es française, toi? D'accord. Tout le monde peut avoir après. Hein? You will all have one afterwards. Voilà, regarde. Ton œil ici. Et voilà. Est-ce que vous pouvez le montrer? Mettez-vous debout. Will you stand up? Stand up and show your hand. Oh, le petit garçon ici. Wonderful. Dear children, I think in all of your hand, look here, there is an eye. And Avalokita is so happy to have so many little helpers. And you know what I'm going to do? Toi aussi? Oh là là, oui. Mais tout le monde est donc, tout le monde a un œil et un cœur dans la main. Vous êtes le petit enfant d'Avalokita. Yeah. You know what we're going to do? Yeah. We're going to give these things. Sinon les gens n'entendent pas. Yeah. Yeah, you have one. But you're going to take this with you. Est-ce qu'on peut... Can we have a sound of the bell? You know, dear children, the most important thing that Avalokita can do is to be present. So when we hear a sound of the bell, we become very quiet and we go back to ourselves. And what I'm going to do now, you're going to go outside playing, and I'm going to give these two markers to the friends who are going to go out with you. Right. Isn't that wonderful? And you all can have a heart, because I see, and you can all have it painted in your hand. Thank you very much, dear children. I really needed you for this here. Merci beaucoup d'être là. So again, good morning, dear friends. I'm very sorry. Before I continue, we heard this morning sometimes the Dharma talk is very long, so I just want to have a time check. When is walking meditation? We don't know. Is anybody who knows? 11:30. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. So with the children we have already seen, in fact, we all have an eye with a heart in our hand. We all have the seed of loving kindness in us, the seed of compassion in us. In order to allow that seed to manifest in our actions of loving kindness and compassion, we need to be fully present. And Avalokiteshvara has the capacity to be fully present. And we also have that capacity. It takes one in and out breath to bring our mind home to our body, which means we are now fully present. Body is here and mind is here. And we can say, I am here for you. We leave behind all the regrets about the past, all the worries or anxieties concerning the future, and even all the things that are happening right now that may be pulling us into rumination, into thinking. We just leave all that behind and we bring our mind home to our body and smile to ourselves and smile to others. So let us enjoy the sound of the bell and bring our mind home to our body. And give our loving attention to ourselves and to our body. And creating a moment of peace. A moment of peace in our minds and in our body. As we just brought our mind home to our body, we may have noticed that we have a body. And maybe we noticed there was some tension in our body. We may also have become more aware of what was happening around us. Like this morning our brother said, we may have heard sounds, the children outside, or some people moving around. We hear. So when we stop being carried away and we bring our mind home to our body, we become aware of what is happening in that very present moment. What is happening inside of us and what is happening around us. Inside our body, inside of our mind, and around us. And then when we enjoy our breathing, the breathing is happening. We enjoy our breathing. And our mind is coming home to our body, and we begin to notice our breathing. And then we begin to notice when the in-breath starts, and we can follow it all the way to the end. And then the out-breath starts, and we can follow that all the way to the end. We've brought our mind home to our body, and by doing so, we are generating the energy of concentration. And we notice our breathing, and when we follow our breathing, we are strengthening our capacity to be concentrated. And now we can look. With the concentration, we can look. What is really happening inside of me? What is really happening around me? And this kind of practice we can do anywhere and anytime, not just when we're sitting, when we're standing, when we're walking, when we're lying down. We can do this. We're making ourselves fully present. And we become aware of the wonders of life, the miracle that is our body. We have a heart. We've seen a beautiful heart here. And our heart functions day and night for us. We have eyes to see, ears to hear. We have a liver that works, intestines, all the organs in our body. They work day and night for us. Becoming aware of them, we can express our gratitude to them. And we know that the practice of deep relaxation that we offer here in Plum Village is a very good way of bringing the mind home to the body. Of bringing our mind home to the body in order to take care of our body, to show our appreciation for our body, to send our love to all the cells of our body and all the organs in our body. Besides the deep relaxation, we also have an opportunity to practice sitting meditation every day. And you may already have noticed, but the body and the mind with which we practice sitting meditation is in fact the same body and mind with which we walk, eat, work, right? Have you noticed? Right? So, and this is the foundation of the Plum Village practice. We have the same body for sitting as for everything else we do in our daily life. So whatever we do in our daily life and how we do it will be reflected in our sitting meditation. And how we practice sitting meditation is reflected in how we live our daily life. And this daily life is the only life we have. And every time we're bringing our mind home to our body, we are generating the energy of mindfulness. And it is from this energy of mindfulness that we live our daily life. When we walk, we bring our mind home to our body with every step we take. And as we gently touch the earth, we caress her with the sole of our feet. Gently. And we say to Mother Earth, I am here for you. And I know you're there, and I am so happy. I cannot be without you, and you cannot be without me. I will take care of you, like you take care of me. We take care of Mother Earth by the way we eat and what we eat. And Mother Earth takes care of us. So when we eat, we enjoy every bite we take. And we eat in gratitude. And to eat in gratitude is to say, I really want to enjoy this food. And in order to enjoy this food, I chew it a long time. It's pretty difficult to really enjoy some chocolate, I find. You know, I put it in my mouth, and before I know, it's gone. You know, then I have to take another piece. Yes. But to take a piece of chocolate, you know. Dark chocolate is possible. Milk chocolate, a little bit of milk helps. To take a piece of chocolate and to put it on our tongue. And to put it on our tongue. And to put it, is this on? Shall I use this? It's not loud. Okay. To take a piece of chocolate and to put it on our tongue and to allow it to melt there, I can tell you. In heaven. With a piece of chocolate. But to really, really appreciate the food that the earth offers us. When we appreciate the gift of Mother Earth, showing our gratitude to Mother Earth, we're expressing our love to Mother Earth as well as to our body. This is an act of Avalokita. And all this has the foundation in bringing our mind home to our body. When we bring our mind home to our body, we find peace. And sometimes we find a storm. When we go out for a hike, like hiking in the mountains, something that a number of us monastics enjoy doing. We're out for a hike, and when we set out, the sky is blue, and then we see a little cloud coming from somewhere. It's small, this we say, it's only a small cloud. You know? And then after a little while, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and a little bit darker and darker. And then, I think we need to go and find a refuge. Not a tree, because we're not quite sure it may be a thunderstorm. But in the mountains, there are also some shelters for the shepherds, and sometimes the sheep. So we go around and we find a shelter like that, and we take refuge in order to be safe from the storm, not to get hurt. Well, if there's an inner storm, then where do we go? We can't go to the mountains and find a refuge there. We need to have another refuge. And there is such a thing. That's the good news. There may be a storm looming at the horizon or even over our head, but we have an inner refuge, and we call it the island within. We're having an island, a refuge within, where we can go. Where we can go, and from that refuge, from that island, we can respond to the situation inside of us or around us. We have a beautiful song about this. Breathing in, I go back to my island. Is Sister Trinian here somewhere? Yes. I think a few sisters will come to sing this song for us. It's a beautiful song to learn, to remember, to sing it, in order to help us to go back to the island within. Maybe we can have this mic, the walking microphone. Yes. Is it on? If not, maybe we can have the microphone. It's on? Okay. Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear sisters. You can sing it maybe 2 times. They can join if they know it. Thank you.
So, dear friends, thank you. Now we really need your eyes and hearts of compassion as we try and sing in front of you. So please open up that door to your heart of compassion. We're going to sing the song through twice, and if you know it, please join in so we don't feel so alone. Thank you.
To the island within myself, there are beautiful trees within the island. There are clear streams of water. There are birds, sunshine, and fresh air. Breathing out, I feel safe. I enjoy going back to my island. Breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. There are beautiful trees within the island. There are clear streams of water. There are birds, sunshine, and fresh air. Breathing out, I feel safe. I enjoy going back to my island.
Thank you, dear sisters. The song starts with breathing in, you know. This shows the importance of being aware that we're breathing. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in, and breathing out, I know I am breathing out. I'm bringing my mind home to my body, and I know that the breathing is happening. throughout the day, we do many things and pay very little attention to the fact that we're breathing. We're alive. The breathing is happening. And it's our practice throughout the day to become aware of the fact that breathing is happening and we are alive. That's a source of joy. I'm alive and I know what is happening in the here and the now. I know the breathing is happening. I know the breathing is happening and I can enjoy the whole length of my in-breath and the whole length of my out-breath. And when we do that, another kind of miracle happens. We become aware that we have a body, because we're breathing. We're having a body. Breathing in as the in-breath is happening, the out-breath is happening, I become aware that I have a body. And as I continue to follow my in-breath, I notice what is happening in my body. Maybe a little bit of tension. My shoulders, in my back, somewhere some tension. And merely by being aware of it, by directing our energy of mindfulness to it, it already softens. It already softens. Calming. I'm going to use another word. Relaxing body. Yeah. These practices are the foundation of everything else. Coming home, bringing our mind home to our body, enjoying our breathing, becoming truly present for ourselves and for others. And when we see is a storm arising, we need a refuge. And as the song says, we have this island within. It's a beautiful island. There are beautiful trees, birds. What else was in the island? Sunshine, fresh air. There are all these elements that make it a beautiful place to be. So this is a song we sing. And it's a practice to return to the island within. At a certain moment I asked myself, so concretely, just let's speak concrete terms. What does this island within consist of? If I go back to myself. I find some peace. Yes, but I find many other things as well when I return to the island of self. And then I said, I want to create a beautiful island within. Because from that island within, we respond to the situation we find inside of ourselves or around ourselves. And we have 4 aspects of our mind. We call them the 4 limitless minds, the Brahma Viharas. And they're beautiful. And they create a beautiful island inside of us when we cultivate them. And the first one is the mind of loving kindness. There is a saying, random acts of kindness. And this loving kindness is called Maitri. It's a loving kindness that doesn't ask for anything in return. Nothing. It's just kind. It's gratuitous. Just like that. It's not difficult. And small kindnesses go a long way. To offer somebody a smile in the morning, to offer ourselves a smile in the morning when we look in the mirror. A smile is very healing. A gentle word, a look of kindness. Nothing big, small acts of kindness. Loving kindness. Maitri has the root mitra. And mitra means friend. And when we have loving kindness in us, we can look at all people as our friends. Maybe even our best friend. Because we understand our best friend, and our best friend understands us. She's there for us. She can listen to us. So when we have maybe a conflict with someone, we don't see them as our friend. Somebody we have a conflict with is not our friend. But if we go back to ourselves and we take refuge in the island within, and take refuge in loving kindness, in Maitri, we can look at them as our friend. And we can offer them our kindness. There's immediately space in our heart when we look at somebody as a friend. When we are kind, when we offer our loving kindness to someone, or compassion, we always think we do it for the other person. But if you just reflect for a moment, in a moment that we were kind, we did a kind thing, we said a kind word, we looked at somebody with kindness, in fact, we were the first one to benefit from that kindness. and then the other. The second element, island within, is compassion. It's called karuna. Compassion is our intention and capacity to relieve and transform suffering in ourselves and others. And we practice like Avalokita, and this morning we heard already the capacity to listen deeply without judging or reacting, and with the sole purpose of helping to relieve the suffering in the other. Now compassion goes together with wisdom. Compassion and wisdom are like the two wings of a bird. When we have compassion, we also need to have wisdom in order to know what to do or not to do. And about about 15 years ago, in this hamlet, we encountered a difficult situation, or a situation that was considered to be difficult. And at a certain point, Thai called me to him and said, Sister Jina, or Sister Union, you're very compassionate, but compassion needs to go together with wisdom. You need to practice deep looking a little bit more to deepen your insight in order to know what to do and not to do. So you have to learn to say no. You have to learn to say no. And I'm still learning. In the meantime, I have understood, yes, compassion needs wisdom. And sometimes we think, oh, it's very harsh to say no. But it may be very wise and more compassionate than saying yes at that particular moment. And not to allow a situation to go on and on and on and on out of compassion. Yeah. In order for insight to be there, we need to have peace. We need to have peace inside of us. We need to bring our mind home to our body to find some peace. And when there's peace, there's clarity of mind. And we can look and we get insight. And it's from this insight that true compassion is born. And when we have true compassion with insight, then we have the courage to say no. Or whatever else it is that we need to say in order to help relieve the suffering, in order not to continue to create suffering. And this is not only to situations outside of ourselves, but also with ourselves. We need to look at the eyes of compassion at ourselves. And sometimes we need to say no. We need to say no for our own well-being. We can enjoy a sound of the bell and go back to ourselves. And offer some loving kindness to ourselves, bringing our mind home to our body. And have a kind thought for ourselves. A kind thought and a compassionate thought. Another element we like to cultivate in order to have a beautiful island within is joy, mudita. True joy. True joy is joy that brings joy to ourselves and to others. We are happy and we rejoice when we see others happy. I think we naturally already do this. When we have a member of our family and maybe they're joyful, they passed an exam, they got a job, they're joyful, we're happy with them, for them. We share their joy, we rejoice in their joy. Or when there is a newborn baby in our family, the whole family is happy. Or a birthday, we all celebrate someone's birthday. We don't say, oh, that's your birthday, you can celebrate by yourself. Nothing to do with me. No. We all rejoice in the fact that it's a birthday to celebrate. You know? And for children, we throw birthday parties. For adults maybe also, but it's quite natural. We have this joy, this true joy that is a joy for all of us. And to find moments in our life to live this joy. To recognize not only our own sources of joy, that are also a joy for others, but also other people's sources of joy. And rejoice in their sources of joy. Here with the sisters, you will often see us sitting around in little groups. Well, that's what we're doing, rejoicing in each other's joy. Sharing the joy and being joyful because others have their sources of joy. The fourth element is upeksha. It means non-discrimination. It means that we see that happiness is not an individual matter. Everybody is included in our love. These four elements are the four elements of true love. True love has loving kindness in it. True love is made of compassion. True love is made of joy and made of non-discrimination. Sometimes our heart is like a peanut, you know? A peanut, there's not much space in our heart. You know? And these four practices, they open our heart. They create more space, and there's space for everyone in our heart. You know? That is upeksha. How can we make space in our heart for somebody who we don't like, who actually we hate? And Thai tells us, put yourself in the skin of the other. Put yourself in the skin, totally. When you do that, you will understand them better. And when there's understanding, true understanding, then there's love. And as we practice that, then little by little, our heart from a peanut becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it fits everybody. In the East, there's a saying that our house, our physical house, can host as many people as our heart can host. So it's not the size of the house, It's the size of the heart that decides how many people fit in our house. It's beautiful. I think in Plum Village we practice this very well. You all fit in our house and in our heart. But these are very beautiful aspects of love, and they're true love. My experience is when I can touch the Maitri, the loving kindness in my heart, or Maitri, or the Mudita, or Karuna, the compassion, or Mudita, the joy, or Upeksha, the non-discrimination, there is a lot of space. There's plenty of space for myself, and there's plenty of space for everybody else. And that is the island within myself that I like to respond to that I like to respond from, to the situations I find in myself and around me in the world. Very often I fail, and I realize I have no peace. I need to begin with coming home to my body, bringing my mind home to my body. Either just stopping, enjoying my breathing, going on a walking meditation, drinking a cup of tea, being with the tea, being in the present moment. Practicing noble silence maybe to come back to myself. I need to bring my mind home to my body to have peace and be truly present for myself in order to be able to be truly present for everything else. To be able to really say, I am here for you. And having a practicing Sangha around really helps. It really, really helps. There are days where I find loving kindness, it's like a tiny little flame. Yeah? And I meet a sister who smiles at me and oops, it's already bigger. Yeah? And I have some more loving kindness to offer to others. And the same goes with compassion. From time to time I bring to mind all those from whom I have received compassion. And they're innumerable, immeasurable, countless, more than I even know. More than I even know. And that also helps me, to light up the lamp of compassion in myself and offer it to others, whether they know it or not. Because I know that I have received a lot of compassion, more than I know. And to rejoice in the joy of others. Not always easy. If somebody gets the job that we wanted, to rejoice is not so easy. Yeah. Or to succeed in a way that we are not yet succeeding. But if we can rejoice in their success, we would be so happy if others would rejoice in our joy. So can we offer the same? Can we offer to others what we are receiving and what we are very happy to receive? If we live like that, this world would be a beautiful place. Just for the record, I'm going to write the other two on the board. Upeksha is often translated as equanimity. I think equanimity is also non-discrimination. For me, non-discrimination makes it clear what upeksha is. We don't exclude anyone. And on this path, we are on the path of a bodhisattva. And one of the vows of the bodhisattva is to never abandon anybody. To never abandon anybody. To not discriminate. To be inclusive. And embrace everyone in our heart. After this talk, we will practice walking meditation together. And it's a good opportunity to enjoy the energy, the collective energy of the Sangha, the collective energy of mindfulness, and to allow ourselves to bathe in this energy. To walk together. To walk for ourselves, and by walking for ourselves, we walk for everybody. The grounds here in the Lower Hamlet are very wide, large. It's easy to sort of to get a little bit lost and to miss the walking meditation, and that would be a pity. So, don't miss the walking meditation. We will hear in a moment where we will gather. And after walking meditation, we will have formal lunch. Formal lunch dates from the time of the Buddha, where all the monks, after having been out on alms rounds, gathered together and ate their meal together. And we also do this. Once a week, we eat a meal together, just like the Buddha. And we start by serving ourselves and then walking just like the monks did in the time of the Buddha. We walk in procession. And we leave about 1 meter between ourselves and the person in front of us. In India, they have cows that roam freely. Are they sacred or holy? Or both. And they roam freely in the countryside and in the towns. So we like to leave a space. If we all walk very close together, the cow will not be able to pass through and maybe charge into us. So we leave a space for the cows to pass. Here it may be a cat, but we leave the space in order to connect ourselves with the Sangha through all the ages, throughout all the ages from 2,600 years ago. They have walked like this. And to join this stream of ancestors and to join this stream of practitioners that are a little bit all over the world. So we walk silently, peacefully, and we will come into this hall. We will sit down. Those of us who come in a little bit earlier, we have a long time to sit and to generate the energy of peace in us, loving kindness, compassion, joy, and non-discrimination. And then we will start eating all together. And it's what we call a one-sitting meal. So we do not get up for the whole time of eating. We remain seated until everybody is finished, and we will end maybe with a chant, offering up the energy to those of our beloved ones who may be not so well, and to whom we would like to send the energy of loving kindness, compassion, maybe joy and non-discrimination for their healing. Together as a Sangha, it's easy to cultivate true presence. When we hear a sound of the bell, we all stop. And we all bring our mind home to our body. When we walk, we all enjoy our steps, caressing the earth with every step. All together, we're making ourselves truly present in order to nourish the elements of true love in us. Loving kindness, compassion, joy, and discrimination. And these elements of true love are then in all of us. And look at all of us here. We're going to spread it out in the world. Not by doing anything particular, just by being present and offering our true presence from this island within. There's hope. Dear beloved community, I know you're there and I'm so happy.